But yeah, I know we couldn't come to a conclusion.
Really, both renewable energies as we have it now and nuclear power are required for a low emission base load and having electricity, and we don't have to rely on natural gas and coal. So they're both needed in conjunction. But if per se technology in the renewables became adapted enough to give a baseline power, because they're not very reliable, yeah, then that might become a better alternative
than nuclear.
Yeah, but as of now, we're going to need both if we want to become a low emissions society.
If you don't mind me asking, why, like, you said people had different views on whether it was good or whatever it may be.
Yeah, we can agree, yeah.
Do you mind elaborating more on why each people thought differently?
Well, I guess like
The consequences of nuclear power, most people are afraid of the radioactive waste that's left.
yeah.
So that's the major.
Well, I don't know.
Seriously screw up the planet.
We'll go around the group. Agree or disagree?
I thoroughly disagree because it's incredibly dangerous. Have you paid much attention to what's happened to Fukushima after the huge kerfuffle that's died down mysteriously?
Seriously.
It's leaching all over the planet and no one's even batting an eye. Radioactive level, radioactive...
Okay, what was your
Yeah.
opinion?
Sorry.
Okay, well my opinion is generally opposite, and that I would support, I mean right now, as of now, it's not really possible to just go and build one because there are laws in the way. It's not economically viable. In fact, both renewable and nuclear power right now would cost 1.5 more than coal power or fossil fuels, so it's not economically reliable. But in the future, I reckon we need it because it's got low emissions. First of all, the only emissions come from extracting the uranium, transporting it, and building the thing. And let's see, it gives a lot more electricity. And in terms of the nuclear waste, Australia is actually quite well adapted, as opposed to a place like Japan, to dispose of it, because we have large, very barren areas, and that's easy to dig down and create these long-term storage containers.
So you would say more than anything it's more about the safety levels and the effects it will have on the environment.
My thing was that, like, because I almost oppose it, it's just that there's not enough, there's not I think that it could be safer. Like, there needs to be more development in making nuclear power safer, the disposal of the waste, and also, like, they're working on, like, new reactors and things like that to try and...
Super critical.
Yeah. So, I don't know. But what about...
Yeah, there's also other options, like other renewable options like geothermal, hydroelectric, and wind energy that we can work on.
So, like,
But it's still about
preferences.
viable option for nuclear power.
Yeah?
What would you say the influences of like something like Chernobyl or Fukushima we talked about it? Do you think that has an influence on like
Okay.
other things?
Yes.
Alright, I have
Massively.
read some polls that is to do with the Fukushima thing, and pre-Fukushima they did a this is because they didn't know what was happening. They did a poll. They did a poll to find out what Australians' views. It was random. It was through email,
They
and
do a lot.
yeah. And so at the start, people still generally opposed it, and people were worried about climate change, and they, wanted renewables. But then post Fukushima, there's two strong trends. The first trend is that Fukushima seemed to be a catalyst for people to give their opinions. So there are less people that didn't have an opinion, and there were more people that opposed it. And also another interesting thing that's kind of related is that over the years with, so many climate change bombardments, we've kind of become used to it. We're less concerned about climate change than we were a few years ago. And so people are giving more support to coal than they did, less renewables and less nuclear power. So Fukushima and Chernobyl are definitely greatly influenced how we think of nuclear power.
Basically, when you say nuclear energy, that's the first thing people think of, and it frightens them.
Okay, so I read more, but it'd be interesting to go into your website and you'll have some views and we'll come to some conclusion as a group about what your recommendations might be in relation to this, do you think?
And do visit the website, put a lot of effort into it.
Okay, all right, we have to leave it there because we're running out of time. Sorry, everybody.